the force that shapes your life. Hi there, let me ask you this. Why do people do the things they do? What makes one person sacrifice their life to save strangers, while another commits a horrific crime just for fun? The answer lies in the force that drives all human behavior, pain and pleasure. Everything we do is because we want to avoid pain or gain pleasure. Let's break it all down. Pain and pleasure are the true drivers of our actions. Think about it. Why do you procrastinate? Why don't you start that business you've been dreaming of? Or stick to your diet? It's because in that moment you think taking action will be more painful than staying where you are. But here's the twist. When the pain of not acting gets intense enough, when you've reached your breaking point, you finally make a move. Maybe you've experienced this. You hit rock bottom in a relationship, your health spirals, or you're just done with being stuck. That's when pain becomes your ally, pushing you to change. But why some people stay stuck while others change? What is the secret to lasting change? You need to link massive pain to the behaviors you want to stop and massive pleasure to the behaviors you want to start. Think about it. Have you ever tried to quit a bad habit with sheer willpower? It works temporarily, but it doesn't last. Why? Because deep down you still associate pleasure with the habit. Real change only happens when you rewire those associations. Oh, let's get practical and learn how pain and pleasure shape our lives. Here's an example. Imagine someone wants to lose weight. They dream of feeling confident, healthy, and energized, but they avoid dieting because it feels painful. Hunger, deprivation, and effort. Instead, they find instant pleasure in junk food. But here's the problem. Short-term pleasure, like a bag of chips, often leads to long-term pain, feeling unhealthy and unhappy. To succeed, you've got to flip it. Connect pain to staying stuck and pleasure to taking action. Remember, your beliefs about pain and pleasure define your destiny. Let's take a deeper look. What you believe about pain and pleasure determines your decisions, and those decisions shape your life. For example, Donald Trump links pleasure to winning, power, and material success. He links pain to being second best. Mother Teresa linked pain to seeing others suffer and pleasure to helping them. See the difference? The paths they took were shaped by their beliefs about pain and pleasure. Now think about your own life. What have you learned to associate with pain and pleasure? Are those associations empowering you or holding you back? Do you know advertisers use pain and pleasure against you? How do they do it? Here's a fun or not so fun fact. Advertisers are experts at manipulating your pain and pleasure. They make you feel good or bad, and then link their product to that feeling. For example, Pepsi used Michael Jackson to create excitement and fun. Every time fans saw him with a Pepsi, they linked those feelings to the drink. Even something as boring as raisins became cool when they were tied to fun, dancing characters. It's the same with blue jeans, perfumes, and cars. Advertisers shape your emotions and your buying habits by controlling what you associate with their products. Now let's talk about short-term versus long-term thinking. Most of our struggles come from focusing on short-term pleasure instead of long-term goals. We avoid small discomforts today, only to face bigger problems later. Think about this. Skipping the gym for the short-term pleasure of staying cozy leads to long-term pain when you feel out of shape. Overeating for instant gratification leads to long-term frustration with your health. Success, whether in health, relationships, or finances, requires breaking through short-term pain for long-term pleasure. So are you now ready to take control? Let's do an exercise. Here's how you can start using pain and pleasure to change your life. Write down 4 actions you've been putting off. For example, losing weight, quitting smoking, or fixing a broken relationship. Ask yourself, 1. Why haven't I taken action? What pain have you associated with doing this? Be honest. Maybe it's the inconvenience or fear of failure. 2. Identify the pleasure you've gotten from avoiding the action. Maybe it's the comfort of not trying or the immediate satisfaction of indulging. 3. Write down the cost of not changing. What will happen if you don't act? How will it affect your health, relationships, self-esteem, or finances in the next 5 years? 4. Imagine all the pleasure you'll gain by acting now. Envision how amazing it will feel to take control, better health, more confidence, stronger relationships, and a life you're proud of. Ever heard about the power of awareness? Here's the truth. If you don't take control of your pain and pleasure, the world will do it for you. Advertisers, society, even your own habits. But you can break free. Start by becoming aware of what drives your decisions, and then consciously shape those associations to serve you. And your challenge for this chapter: what's one action you've been avoiding? Decide right now to change it. Write down what it will cost you if you don't change, and what you'll gain if you do. Then take the first step today. Your life is shaped by what you link pain and pleasure to. But the good news is you're in control. Decide what you want, change your associations, and take consistent action. Remember, pain is temporary, but the rewards of lasting change are forever.